The Scarlet and Violet era boxes are starting to increase in price, and a lot of them are kind of shocking considering the sentiment that they had less than a year ago. Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is VMAT. If you do enjoy my content, please consider subscribing and joining in all the fun we have here. And today we're going to be talking about the Scarlet and Violet era booster boxes. These were considered to be, to some, like the death of Pokemon. You know, the silver bordered cards, no one likes them. People don't like the new illustration rares. Like, people just thought the pull rates are too high. So a lot of the collectors and investors, which some would say is a good thing, kind of just, you know, stopped looking or paying attention to Pokemon in general. And then all of the attention went to the booster boxes of the Sword and Shield era, all of the ones specifically with illustration rares, the special illustration rares, the alt arts, I guess you'd call them in that era. And a lot of those boxes that had those heavy hitters were spiking in price. And they've kind of, I don't want to say they've been abandoned, but they're not selling for the crazy amounts that they were at the peak, but they all have been on the rise, all those old Sword and Shield boxes. But they're not as hype as they were before, because a lot of that attention now is going into new Pokemon, especially with all the news about Prismatic Evolutions, Surging Sparks, and then also the Team Rocket set, which will be released early next year as well. But why don't we talk about the Scarlet and Violet booster boxes and take a look at the prices currently on TCG Player, and obviously the first one being the base set, Scarlet and Violet set. As you can see here, it is currently sitting at $108.50 right now for its market price. It's climbed 17.40% over the last 3 months, but if you look at the last 6 months, you can see that it bottomed out right around $90.38, and then it just continued to climb, like, just literally on a freaking, I would say that's like a skyscraper, but it's almost like a mountaintop that it's going to. But who knows what the price is going to be. It's interesting. There's not a single booster box now for Pokemon that's under $100. That's dead. Those days are gone now. It's going to be hard to find those, especially with the hype that's around Pokemon in general. It's going to be very difficult to find any boxes go under $100 ever again. Now, next up is Paldea Evolve. This one actually has probably it's like a lie detector test here. It's got the most interesting price movement. It is currently sitting at $135.82. It's actually only went up by 0.19%, which is kind of crazy because Paldea Evolved is, like, I think, a sleeper set for Scarlet and Violet. It's a great set with tons of great illustration rares and great artworks. And if you look at the 6-month trend, you can see that, yes, I mean, it pretty much went up around June 24th, and then it's kind of stayed up, but it's been kind of up and down, just kind of going really wonky on the chart right there. Next is the Charizard set, the Obsidian Flames booster box. It's currently sitting at $126.49. It's up 11% over the last 3 months. Again, if you look at the 6-month trend, though, it basically bottomed out June 10th at $100.90, and then has been just climbing ever since then. Next is a set that a lot of people are not super thrilled about, but I still think it's going to age well. It's Paradox Rift, and it is currently sitting at $109.46. It's up 5.37% over the last 3 months, and if you look at the 6-month trend, you can see that it bottomed out at about $99.80, just under $100, and ever since then, that was like the floor. It's just been on the rise. Next is Temporal Forces, one of my favorite Scarlet and Violet sets. I think this is a very underrated set based on the artwork and everything. It is currently sitting at $127.56 for its market price. It's up 18.53% over the last 3 months. If we look at this 6-month trend here, you can see that it's bottomed out right around June 29th to August 4th at $103.13, and ever since then, it's been on the rise. I mean, it's had some peaks and valleys, but pretty much ever since then, it's been steadily climbing on TCG Player. Next is Twilight Masquerade, the Greninja set, and this set did not disappoint, though I will say, geez, pretty much since mid-October, its highest price point was $167, and then just kind of like went down since then. It's not really crashing. I think it's mostly due to the fact that there's just so much attention now being shifted towards Surging Sparks, Prismatic Evolutions, and even some people just trying to find those restocks of 151 because there's a lot of hype with that set still right now. If you look at the 6-month trend, you can see it's pretty much just been steadily rising apart from the last month and a half, where it's actually starting to soften a little bit, but still looks like it's stabilizing. I don't think it's anything dramatic. I think it's mostly the fact that people are kind of shifting their attention towards something else. Greninja is still a very great Pokemon, great artwork, and I still think it's going to be one of the chase cards from the entire Scarlet and Violet era. It'll definitely be in the top 10. That is for damn sure. Next up is Stellar Crowned, the probably at the last few sets, the most printed set out of the last 3 or 4 sets, and it definitely saw a reflection of that in its price, but it's been on the rise pretty much ever since it pretty much bottomed out at $102.48. Now it is sitting at $114.66, up 7.76% over the last 3 months. If you look at the 6-month trend, you can see that it's had an interesting price movement. It was at MSRP. It's still lower than MSRP. It was at $129.90, went all the way down, and then kind of is finally starting to find its footing at around early to mid-October. The last booster box we're going to be taking a look at is Surging Sparks, of course. And this set is just going crazy right now. It's clearly broke the $200 kind of price point there. There was definitely some resistance at $200, but it looks like it's broke it now. It's sitting at $203.21. It's up 35.48% since its release price, and it looks like its bottom price was $115.41 from October 8th to October 10th. And ever since then, it's just been on the rise with steady sales. Even on that day where it's like it saw its bottom, there was 152 of these booster boxes sold, and the last few days, 167 of them. The day before that, 283, day before that 291. So the sell-through rate for Surging Sparks is through the roof with this Pokemon set, and we'll see what the sell-through rates in a few months from now for Prismatic Evolutions is going to be, because that set, you think Surging Sparks has a lot of hype? Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet until you've seen Prismatic Evolutions. That set is going to go bananas, especially now that we're getting some higher resolution versions of the artwork on some of these cards, specifically Umbreon, and holy crap, that card looks incredible. And I know the pull rates are going to be easier on this set, I think, than obviously Evolving Sky. So we'll see what the price of that particular card is going to be, but I imagine it's going to be pretty pricey card. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a like down below, and also subscribe if you are new to the channel, and let me know down in the comment section if you own any of these booster boxes, and if you do, what's your favorite Scarlet and Violet set attached to the booster box? Like, which booster box set from Scarlet Violet is your favorite? Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video, and take care.